people, welcome to Aristotle's Lagoon, or the Gulf of Cologne, and this is where the natural sciences are said to have begun when Aristotle came and he started looking at the wealth of this area and started to name things and create things. So what's that got to do with my bid for Learning Technology of the Year and Community Challenge? Because rather than this being some big institutional notion that began here, what began here was an individual's curiosity. And what he went around to do and use the technology at the time, which was writing, is to go and get the materials, the raw knowledge that was here in the farming communities, the fishing communities, the people who knew the plants and the animals around them and who could work with them. And he created something that's lasted forever. And what I'm saying is that technology can allow us to do that. We don't need to build standard models just in universities and in colleges. We can use technology to go out and let people create their own knowledge, discover their own knowledge, manage their own ways of teaching and learning, and make links between that and what we do.
I'm delighted to foreground the work of my friend, colleague and comrade, Peter Shukie. His radical pedagogy is nicely summed up in the closing sentence of a chapter in this book, The Principle. By establishing the rights of all to learn, to teach, and to be involved in the creation of knowledge, we make possible a new distributed concept of learning. Peter's rightly celebrated for his technological innovation, but actually fundamentally his work is about inclusion, democracy and community. And like this old tech, hammock, Peter's ideology is fundamentally supportive.
Hiya, I'm Lou Mycroft and I've been working with Peter Shukie on the Technology Enhanced Learning project at Blackburn College. Tell you what's brilliant about it, because it is brilliant, like milk's brilliant. What's brilliant about it is that it brings together thinking and doing. It brings together theory and activism. It gets students thinking about what's practical, but they can't do it in isolation and they can't do it without the theory behind it. So it gets people out into communities. It's an outreach. It's an outreach module. It's an outreach way of working. But it's an in-reach way of working as well, because they have to think. They have to think and go deep and look inside.
Emphasising that idea of sharing your work with others
For me, from sharing the interactive essay on that network last year, because I don't like speaking to people and communicating, but from sharing the interactive essay, from receiving the feedback, it's just boosted me. I interact more with people, and it's just provided that guidance for me that I'm now interacting more face to face.
I'm generally a very quiet person. I don't really voice out my opinions in class, but today, because we used Poll Ev as part of the classroom activity, I was able to write my answer because it was anonymous. I didn't feel like even if it was wrong, it didn't really matter. I'm not really creative either, by the way, but because I think the way the lesson was conducted today and how everybody just got involved, you didn't do it intentionally, knowingly. It just happened, and I got involved without realising that I was getting involved.
I met Peter at an online course in 2014, and he invited me to the Ragged University in a Manchester pub, and we got to talk about Kooks there face to face. For me, the threads that connect his work are that it crosses the institutional boundary, it connects to diverse local communities, and it offers them free online space that complement their other activities. Kooks offer many degrees of freedom.
Hi, my name is Fatuma and welcome to my course.
To my knowledge, education is the most powerful weapon in the world, and that weapon is used in life. So education is living life with the right attitude, not just passing exams.